I'm Trish Toby with WARC reporting to you live from Westchester, New York, where there appears to be some sort of mutant menace on the loose.
Hey, I'm Pat Reber.
And I'm Matt Allcamp.
And say it with us, Pete.
Welcome to Mutant
Menace.
Whoa.
It's
2026, Patrick.
It is 2026. The first recorded episode of 2026.
But not the first released episode, because we released one
on January 1st. If you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to that.
Go stop. Listen! Otherwise you're trapped in last year!
Maybe let this play on mute somewhere so we still get the credit for you listening. Oh! All right. End of instructions. Folks, it is time for the first Pat's Email Corner of 2026. Matt, are you ready?
But if you are still stuck in 2025, go back and listen to the last episode. But again, leave this one on mute and play this. And then when you listen to this one, play that other one again on mute on the other computer. If you have two computers, always listen to two mute minutes.
This is how you get top 1% status. Welcome to Pat's Email Corner. I'm going to start us off with a new emailer.
No way.
Listener Douglas.
Douglas, hey.
He's a new emailer. He loves the podcast.
Yay! Welcome, Douglas.
I want to clarify something here because we very much appreciate that he wrote just a long list of compliments. Matt and I are infamously bad at accepting compliments, and we love them. Right, Matt? I'm sure you, as much as I, feel validated, probably more so than I should, by people complimenting me, and my head grows and grows for a few minutes.
Yeah.
But if we were to get into the specific compliments that people are giving us, both Matt and I would ruin any illusion that you have about this show being good. We would apologize. We would point out all of our own flaws. We are just pathologically unable to accept compliments. So
we have that thing that some millennials have, especially older millennials, where it is I think this is just called egotism, where either we are the worst pieces of shit in the entire world and everything about us is horrible and anything we do sucks, or we're absolute fucking geniuses and nobody can touch what we do. And there's no in between. There's no point where we're just like, yeah, we're fine. We're fine people. It's either we rule or God, we suck so bad.
It's not even vacillating between the two. It is just both, holding both at the same time, always. So, Douglas, thank you so much for writing in. Please continue, everybody, not just Douglas, to write in compliments to us. But, Douglas, we do expect a compliment each week from here on out.
One compliment a week, Douglas. It's not that hard to do.
But we are very grateful. Thank you for writing in. I got another email from regular emailer Inkmaster.
Hey, Inkmaster.
I should actually say, Matt, 2 emails. We have been...
Whoa.
We've taken a break for the holidays, right? We did some, as we were very honest about, we recorded out of sequence a bit. And now we're back in the new year, recording on time, but we have a whole stack of emails. So a lot of people have written in twice. A few episodes have passed since we last checked the mailbox.
And you call it a stack because you do print them out on like 0.5 inch weight paper.
Right.
You print them out on really thick pieces of paper.
Heavy cardstock. Stamp an address on them and then mail them to us.
So that you do this so that you have a stack every time we have an episode.
That's right. You got to work off a stack. But Inkmaster, first email referring to episode 39 says, "Hey, Pat, tell Matt that I'm pretty sure my first exposure to the X-Men," we asked this apparently because a lot of people are telling us.
I'm glad I like this.
"My first exposure to the X-Men was just through general osmosis, but if that's not an acceptable answer, I'm pretty sure it was Marvel and X-Men character encyclopedias I found at the library." I thought that was really cool. Just the idea, I know a lot of people that got into Star Wars this way, of just stumbling upon a big book of lore somewhere that's like got a ton of really cool photos in it, or drawings, illustrations, and then a bunch of facts. And you can just retain all these facts. You read it 1,000 times, and suddenly, without ever having seen Gremlins, you know everything about Gizmo and how he works.
But the thing about Inkmaster is that he absorbed this through osmosis. So he put himself into a tank of water with one of these encyclopedias,
concentrated X-Men,
and it pierced his soft membranes, looking for lower density areas. Osmosis.
But as he knows, for us, that's not an acceptable answer. That is science taken too far. He also says, while I don't want to get too political, I did want to say that as a Christian, I appreciated your discussions on the hypocritical nature of people who manipulate the Bible to justify their bigotry, and how the Bible itself calls out these kinds of people. So thank you, Inkmaster, for your thoughts on episode 39. Going to move on before we make excuses for our good behavior.
I think it was good that we had somebody who speaks about his Christian faith publicly on the episode. We would have only been able to comment on that to such an extent.
Right, from a probably pretty jaded perspective.
Right. So I'm like really, really glad that you got something useful out of that, because, I think Andre was like an incredible guest to have on for that specific episode.
Yeah. Inkmaster, in response to episode 40, says, "Hey, Pat, tell Matt that he's not alone, and I too find the concept of iced milk insane and upsetting."
It's crazy.
Okay.
It's really crazy.
I will own up to one thing. After recording ended on that episode with Roses, knowing that we weren't going to get to another recording session for 2 or 3 weeks, I openly admitted that eggnog with ice in it was disgusting. That was not the right choice.
No.
I'll own up to that, but I will not remit about milk with ice in it. If you're drinking milk that isn't like ice cold, that isn't cold because it is touching a piece of ice, that's disgusting.
I don't think people should be drinking a glass of milk.
Yeah.
But
I agree with that as well. I haven't had a glass of milk in like 10 years. Just eat cheese.
Yeah, just eat your cookies with a big hunk of cheese.
Okay. So that is one more vote for milk without ice, but we still outnumber you, Inkmaster.
Well,
with pro milk with ice votes. They also finish up saying, "P.S. Loved having Roses on the show as someone that also follows Save Your Game."
Aw, thank you.
Yeah, shout out to Roses. That was a very fun guest.
That was a banger of a guest. Banger of an episode. Banger of a podcast.
Moving on, thank you, Inkmaster. We're going to talk to Email Michael next. In response to episode 39, he says, "Hey, Pat, tell Matt that since he asked how people were first introduced to the X-Men as kids, I told you he asked. I might as well give my answer. Being roughly Pat's age, I was young enough that the NES was my first game console.
24?
Yeah, that's weird. I don't think I was born when the NES came out. And in 1989 or 1990, my dad, who was born in 1954 and actually still had boxes of old Marvel comics, picked up the LJN game, The Uncanny X-Men, to try to share his love of the series with me.
Oh, no.
If you've ever heard of it or LJN, you probably know that it's a truly awful game. But even when I was so young I could barely read the manual, I was smart enough to realize that the characters and the world of X-Men were interesting even if the game was bad. A couple of years later,
fucking figure it out. I couldn't fucking figure that game out. I tried to play that game, and it was like it wouldn't. It was. I thought my cartridge was bugged because it just like I couldn't make anything happen. And then later, I played it on an emulator and was like, "Yeah, no, this is just the game. The game is a game where almost nothing can happen.
An impossible game."
The LJN did eventually do Wolverine Adamantium Rage, which I think was a good one.
LJN is a game studio, I assume.
Yes, they did, and they did Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage too.
Okay, all right. This isn't save your game. He goes on, a couple of years later in 1992, I got a copy of the Marvel X-Men guidebook in 80-page paperback by Dwight John Zimmerman, full of illustrations that I read cover to cover many times. You can find it on archive.org if you search for it. Thank you, Email Michael. Cool. Another first interaction with an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
That was just in time for the Fox Kids animated series, and that was that. And then he signs off, the functionally illiterate criminal, Email Michael.
Is that true?
His episode 40 entry begins, "Hey, Pat, tell Matt that I'm sure you guys already know that the saxophone was audible in the episode, but you still asked, so I gotta say that yes, it was."
Pat, I cranked it up. I found spots where you were not talking, and I just got the saxophone, and I cranked it up to like 300%.
It was so present. It was also, it gave a little Christmas charm to the episode, I think. Thank you to everyone else for not mentioning it, but of course, Email Michael wouldn't miss a detail like that.
That's why we love him.
Matt's also right that putting ice in milk is an abomination. Yeah, even if he's outnumbered, which he's not anymore, I guess. It doesn't change that fact. There are probably at least 3 worse things a person can do, but it's still pretty bad. However, as someone who commits several abominations every day, I'm in no place to judge. Do what you want, but don't pretend it's okay. Jeez.
That's such... Fuck, you got so fucked there, buddy.
Says Pat was right about the pronunciation of Masamune as Masamune. But when I was a kid, I also pronounced it Masamune, so I get it. While I'm here, I might as well be really pedantic and say that Pat mispronounced shuriken. It's shuriken. And the G in poor Shingen's name kept getting pronounced like a J for no reason. We were saying Shinjin. It is Shingen, which I think everyone corrected you on after your first attempt to say it.
Okay, but don't act like I'm crazy. You said for no reason you can think of. It's in the English hinge, fence, right? In the English language, these soft consonants, when they're followed by an E, they turn soft. So there's a fringe. I get that it's wrong. I'm willing to be wrong, but don't act like I'm crazy. Don't say no reason you can think of. You can think of the reason.
He's from the tone of this email, I think he's pretty mad. He goes on to pronounce pretty condescendingly a few different Japanese words we've been getting wrong, which is fair. We probably deserve that. Fun true. Fact, though, he says Shinjin in the way it kept getting pronounced means, among other things, new guy. And at first, I thought that's what the story was trying to say about him. Of course, if you actually gave a damn about how to pronounce Japanese words, you'd have already looked that up on your own. So I'm sure I'm wasting my time. But what is Pat's Email Corner really, if not an opportunity for me to waste my time on this earth? We all die someday. Email Michael.
Oh, love Email Michael. Thank you for writing in to correct us. We do care. We just also sometimes think that we know stuff we don't.
Yeah. That's my best quality and Matt's biggest flaw.
It's thinking you know stuff you don't. It's thinking we know stuff we don't.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My response to all of this is just email Michael. You okay, buddy? Weapon Jason also loves the show. He sent us a very nice just year-end wrap-up email to say, like, we're great. So thank you very much, Weapon Jason. He's also got some responses here. He says, hey, Pat, tell Matt, since y'all aren't going to cover Marvel Superhero Contest of Champions, let me pull a couple interesting and X-Men related bits from that miniseries.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is very handy and will keep us up to date on a thing that would be a waste of our time to read. No offense to Weapon Jason, who read it. Not just the first limited series, the comics also included a very, very early raw form of the official handbook for the Marvel Universe, which listed all the heroes with a very brief power and first appearance note.
Okay, cool.
Art by John Romita Jr. doing art before he develops his more distinct style that will turn up in the Uncanny X-Men very soon. Right now, he's still more or less doing sort of the Marvel House style. And fan favorite Bill Mantlo has some writing assists.
Oh, great. Yeah, I'm excited for John Romita Jr. to get here, especially because he does. Yeah, this is X-Men is where he sort of, I think, develops that sort of blocky, interesting style that he has.
He says, if Pat's not aware, I suspect Matt is, the plot of the series is that every superhero on Earth in Marvel, including a handful of invented for the series problematic stereotypes from various countries, are pulled together to compete on teams as part of a bet between the Grandmaster and Death. If Grandmaster wins, then the Collector will be returned to life. Weapon Jason, I know. I played the Contest of Champions mobile game on my phone. Countless hours poured into it. So don't tell me about the Contest of Champions. I mean, do. It's what you're doing right now. But
yeah, please do. We like it when you do.
Despite having all of the heroes to pick from, only 2 teams of 12 are used. The only X-Men related characters chosen are Wolverine, Storm, Angel. Yes, Angel. Sasquatch,
only picking their best
Sunfire.
And brightest.
Unsurprisingly, once the teams are transported to places they're going to have to compete, Sunfire bails on everyone to get the glory himself. He fights Darkstar to basically a draw. Wolverine smokes and tries to be a tough guy and also goes all loner. He fights Black Panther for a bit, but it doesn't go anywhere. Angel, who's trained his whole life to flying in combat with the X-Men, gets his ass handed to him by the newly invented French stereotype Le Peregrine, who speeds in Zats and Zess and Nevers, and apparently, I think that's French onomatopoeia.
Yeah. That is how I will beat you. You will never.
I get it. That's good. That's a good phonetic spelling. Angel does defeat him, but only by grabbing a stick and bashing the guy in the noggin with it. Storm is pretty much Storm in charge and far more capable than anyone else on her team. She gets to stomp Blitzkrieg, the stereotype German hero. Yeah, yikes.
Okay. Wow, yeah, why would you call yourself that?
Sasquatch gets beaten by the Collective Man, the Chinese hero who can call on the power of tens of thousands of his countrymen to become super strong.
I think he has some place in X-Men history too, like later on.
Jeez. In the end, the Grandmaster wins, but the price of victory is he has to sacrifice himself to return the Collector to life, which has no consequences or plot effects ever. Cough, cough. Amazingly, considering how Marvel would... What's he going for there? The cough, cough. There's a...
I guess that does end up having plot. I don't know anything about it.
Too subtle, Weapon Jason. He says, amazingly considering how Marvel would approach having heroes fight heroes in the 21st century, this is done in 3 issues and not multi-year event crossovers running through all the books. Thank you, Weapon Jason. I hope everybody...
For 3 issues, it might have been worth it for us to read that.
Yeah,
now
maybe,
we don't need to.
But now we don't need to. Thank you, Weapon
Thank
Jason.
you, Weapon Jason. You've saved us an hour.
Only one last email to read here, Matt. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This one comes from another regular. It's Ambitious Eric.
Ambitious Eric.
He says, hey, Pat, tell Matt the infrequency and lateness of my emails is due to my boundless ambition. My reach often exceeds my grasp. In recompense, I will indeed cash in on my second hat to throw in the ring, which I understand is an additional larger hat, for joining you on the next recap podcast, whenever that may be.
All right, two chips for ambitious Eric.
Two hats in the hat.
2 hats in the hat.
We're putting hats in a hat, which is funny.
And if anyone tells you it's not funny, they're wrong.
He goes on, he says, I have to compliment you both, but especially Matt, on how you respond to the characters as they're presented on the page. Matt always says Storm is so cool for doing this, or stuff like this is why I like Wolverine, putting the characters' actions on their shoulders instead of the more meta approach of attributing it to writers. That's so genuine and so awesome and inspires me to be a better, more enthusiastic reader. Thank you.
I mean, I think a project like this requires us to do that, right? I think it is important for us to comment on the writer's intent and what we think a writer's trying to say, how a writer interprets a character. But I think if we are engaging on this project to follow the X-Men from the beginning to the end, we have to see their journeys as if they are one person who has lived through all of this and made all these decisions and acted in all these ways.
Right. The writer's disposable, the character is not, which is the Marvel editorial approach.
But especially here at the beginning when who they are is still being built.
He keeps going. He says, however, I now categorically disagree with Pat's decision to transparently read ads from other comics for Pat's steals and deals. He should be allowed to lie about it.
That's our own imposition, though. None of our listeners told us to be transparent.
It's also it's no longer a unanimous vote from listeners. There's now one objection, but it's not up to you. Thank you for your opinion. He's got some episode specific notes for us. He says, most ice cream I have consumed has had no eggs in it, though I have had frozen custard, which is delicious. This is in response to episode 40.
Wrong.
More things should be custard. It's why eggnog is better than ice milk.
Ice cream's made with eggs.
Most ice cream is made with eggs. There is plenty of vegan ice cream out there. They would make it without eggs. But I think like if you've had Breyers or Edie's on the other side of the country, if you've had, what's another national ice cream brand? Ben and Jerry's.
But there are some kind of like shittier brands, and especially if you're getting like some sort of like just like ice cream bar.
Yeah, sure. Or
you're probably
iced dairy treat.
They're probably replacing eggs with some other kind of emulsifier to make it make it have the same consistency of ice cream, but like make it a little cheaper.
Yeah. He also says, I can hear the jazz man. That's two folks that were rude enough to mention that they can hear it. And then
it's so funny because it was like, I wonder if people can hear this. And then I was like, no, I need people. When I was editing, I was like, I need people to hear this, and cranked it up. So now everybody's like, of course we can hear it.
And then episode 41, he says, Pat's transmone could do numbers in the 6-hour sleep aid video circuit. Very calming. Ever since I read this, have been thinking about it. Because could I really just go, oh, and like loop it for my throat's a little scratchy. So maybe that one's not as beautiful. But let me know if you think I could make some money off of this, because I could use it. He says, Jack Shithead has replaced Jim Stupid as my favorite euphemism for you-know-who. I'm not sure who he's talking about. He does approve of my use of the term cerebrated. He said that it's an appropriate level of whimsy. So we'll be using that moving forward.
What was this? Cerebrated?
Using cerebro. Cerebrating.
I don't remember this.
And then finally he says Team America / the Thunder Riders had more potential than their execution gave them. Captain Planet, but with motorcycles, is super dope on paper. How did they never do a team up with superhero trucker US1? This is a travesty. They were even being published at the same time. Marvel did the Thunder Riders dirty. May good fortune visit you in the new year, gentle menace.
Aw. Thank you, ambitious Eric. That is an ambitious email. A lot of stuff was covered.
Yeah. He even dipped into episode 41. He's the first one, which makes sense as an ambitious guy, to email us about episode 41. So thank you.
Wow.
That's it, Matt. We're closing the mailbag. My stack is empty. My inbox folder is thank you. Woo!
Well, Pat, that was a fun
rush.
Pat's email corner. We got through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But now I gotta ask.
Oh, what's up?
It's been what, 3 weeks since we recorded? 2 weeks.
Something like that. 2 to 3 weeks.
Did you do anything X-Men related in that time?
Oh, Matt, I have.
Okay.
And I want you to stick with me.
Oh, no.
I discovered, I think I've mentioned this to you and maybe sent you a think piece or two about it, that they have put the entirety of the Drew Carey Show on YouTube.
All right. I have no idea. Okay.
Did you read any of the articles I sent you? It's okay if you didn't. We don't have to get into it. Listen, the Drew Carey Show was a childhood staple for me. Mm-hmm. I, having a lot of spare time over the holidays and in general, have been sitting back and using our Mutant Menace YouTube account to watch through the Drew Carey Show. There's 9 seasons of it. I've gotten through about 5, almost 5 full seasons at this point. Very good. A lot of it holds up. There's a lot of stuff that you would expect from a 90s or for a 90s sitcom to get wrong around like gender and sexuality and stuff like that.
Sure.
But trying to approach it from a very compassionate angle, they just get things wrong. So I can say it's worth a rewatch, but with the caveat that it's a very 90s sitcom. But it's beautiful. It's like a live stage play. They do this stuff with it that I can't imagine other sitcoms were doing so much of at the time.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's been... Wait, how is this X-Men related?
So, I'm glad you asked. I think, and let me also start here. Bowen Yang.
Oh my God. How? All right.
Recently resigned from Saturday Night Live to open himself up for, I'm sure, his soon-to-be announced role of Wolverine. I think, and maybe this gives you a better view of my vision here, we should cast Drew Carey as the new Professor X.
Your whole thing is just kind of like slightly chubby X-Men.
No.
Okay.
Bowen Yang is very fit.
Okay.
And these days, Drew Carey isn't... I would love to have chubby X-Men, actually. That's going to be a separate movie.
Okay.
But I think that and I hope, again, that this kind of paints a brighter picture of what I'm going for here. But I think that Bowen Yang is Wolverine and Drew Carey is our Professor X would just make an incredible start to this team.
Are we still doing Timothée Chalamet as Nightcrawler?
No, that was just fan casting.
Okay. I'm still completely lost in your vision here.
Okay. Well,
maybe as you keep adding people, like, okay, who would your ideal Cyclops be? We're not going to go through everybody, but I just want you to pull one more and put it in the cast, and then maybe I can start imagining.
Okay, let me think on that and get back to you in a future episode.
Okay.
Matt.
Yeah.
Have you done anything X-Men related this week?
Okay, well, like Storm never is, I got sick with this like death flu that's been going around. There's apparently one flu strain that didn't get caught by the flu vaccine. So it's almost like having a superpower in which you never get sick and then one little plague gets through.
Yikes. I hope that never happens to Storm.
But while I was sick, I sat at a friend's house and watched all of the first season of Severance.
And
it's really good.
How is
it's
that
really
related?
Oh, because the New Mutants, they watch Magnum PI together, and which is also an old show. And Severance is, people were talking about it like a year ago or two.
Yeah, both old shows that were very popular in their time.
So Severance is really good. It's a really good show.
I still haven't seen it, honestly.
It is. They take a very simple premise and they just start exploring it in different directions. I don't know if it's a simple premise, but they like it's a fairly complex premise creatively, but like in that sci-fi way of you're like, this is so fucking brilliant. How has nobody thought of something this sort of straightforward idea before? And then explore it in all these directions, and it's just for a show that largely takes place in like a very small set. It is frequently just shocking and mind-blowing. I don't want to give away, since you haven't seen it, I'm going to treat our audience like they also haven't seen the first season and say, like I'm not going to give away any more than that.
And it's called Severance, you say?
Yeah, it's called Severance. like Severance.
Matt, that sounds like a great time. All of those things you just mentioned.
You think me getting sick sounds like a great time? Thanks, buddy.
Let's get into things here, shall we? Okay, I mean, I want to. It's been a long time.
Yeah, we're rusty. We got to brush off the cobwebs.
For us, not the listeners. They're not too rusty themselves.
No, you guys don't brush anything off. Leave it there.
I think I'm going to start this year off, Matt.
Don't get too ambitious.
With Uncanny X-Men number 169, Catacombs.
Okay, yeah, that's what I did want you to do that, actually.
Yes. Resolution fulfilled. Chris Claremont, writer, Paul Smith, penciler, Bob Wyacek, inker, Bob Sharon, colorist. We got the Bobs.
Got the Bobs in here.
Tom Orzechowski, letterer, Louise Jones, editor, Jim Juder, editor-in-chief. Release date February 8th, 1983. Cover date May 1983. I am getting rusty. I forgot we had to make up a name for him.
Well, I try not to do it ahead of time, but also I stumble over it every single time.
Candy Southern, remember her?
Oh, remember her?
Returns to the Manhattan penthouse she shares with Warren Worthington, only to find him missing. A couple feathers stained with blood scattered across the floor. She runs to the phone and just manages to reach Professor X before a mutated, muscly arm spins her around. She screams as an off-panel figure named Sunder declares that he's there to hurt her.
Can you imagine dating Warren Worthington and having to like clean feathers out of everything all the time?
Ew. Yeah, she sees the feathers and she's like, oh, here we go again.
She's like, are you molting again, honey? But she's finding them in shower drains and in her bed. And like they're poking her because they like jut into your flesh with that weird, like hollow, whatever it is.
Like an old down jacket. Yeah.
The feather. And like, what does that look? Okay. Like imagine, when you pull a hair out and it sometimes has just like this like bead of flesh on the end.
Like the root?
Yeah, like the root. I guess it's the root.
Yeah.
If you pull a feather out of human skin,
ugh.
What does that root look like? Like this bloody mass of...
We think it probably just looks like any other feather that we find on the ground, right? It's just a...
I don't know, man. Birds are designed to lose those things without losing like a ton of blood. I don't know that humans are. Also, imagine the pimples you would get from like a clogged pore from your feathers.
Ew. All right, here's what I'm more concerned about. Warren Worthington's penthouse doesn't have any fire exits. Candy goes for the door, the only door, and it's blocked by a big muscly man. There's no alternate exit.
That's why Sunder is there. He's upset that they didn't
He's
they
here to
didn't follow
enforce
building
fire
codes.
law. Professor X immediately summons Nightcrawler, catching him nude in a hot tub with Amanda Sefton. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Without a word, Kurt teleports off to see a dark figure without a word, in the sense that they are getting down in the hot tub and Kurt suddenly goes and then teleports out. That's
And
all Candy experiences.
We don't even have evidence that he gasps. It's just like imagine just being in the middle of foreplay with your partner and they just poof away.
Disappear.
Like you might have something of theirs in your hand and it just like goes away.
Well, without a word, Kurt teleports off to see a dark figure carrying a barely conscious Angel into a subway tunnel. Before he has time to give chase, Candy Southern comes crashing through the window and Nightcrawler dives after her.
Nude.
Fully nude.
He's still nude.
Yeah. He was in the hot.
And
okay,
look,
it was B.
I don't want to get in. I don't want to look. We don't have to dwell on this, but he was getting down with Candy Southern. He's also probably fully erect at this point. He hasn't had time for it to go down.
He returns to the apartment in a flash of fire and brimstone and, much to a nude Amanda Sefton's dismay, splashes into the hot tub with Candy in his arms.
It must be so horrible dating an X-Man. I am having some intimate time with my lover, and then he disappears, pops back in with a woman in his arms, and they splash into my hot tub while I'm fully nude.
Meanwhile, we get a quick interlude where Sebastian Shaw, licking his wounds from that Freaky Friday story, is summoned to the Hellfire Club by Tessa. The White Queen arrived with a warning and collapsed into a coma, leaving no clue as to which powerful telepath could have done this.
Yeah, she like appeared and she's like, "Oh, I have a warning," and then before she got to say it, man, Jesus, what's going on here, Pat?
I don't know. I wonder if this is related to all that stuff that was happening in the New Mutants.
No,
psychic attacks.
No, I don't know.
No? Okay. Back at Amanda Sefton's apartment, everyone is clothed again. The X-Men have all gathered to hear Candy's tale and seek out Warren Worthington. Poor Amanda. Kurt had to be like, I am so sorry, but do you mind if I also invite all my friends over? With Wolverine away in Japan, Storm wants the help of Wolfsbane to track Angel down, but Xavier says no. I think that was just to mention Wolfsbane, right? Like reference the New Mutants.
Maybe, but I think it's really cool. This idea that she's like, oh, we have multiple, mutants with this utility. And he's like, no, do not think of them that way. Do not think of them as one of your, like, as a utility. They're children at a school. Also, this panel is really cool. Like Paul Smith draws them all sitting around the living room, and you kind of like feel it. You kind of like feel the coziness of it, even though it's weird and everybody's weird. And he draws Kitty like a child, which I really fucking appreciate. Yeah,
like an actual teenager.
Yeah.
Also, she's got a sick new costume. This came out of nowhere, but she's wearing like a bomber jacket, a bright green bomber jacket, and spots over her eyes instead of like a full spots. Mask.
With a big yellow collar and then just like fucking big brown work gloves.
Yeah.
For some reason.
It's very cool. It's very like 80s futuristic. Mm-hmm. Instead, they use a mini Cerebro to track Angel, leaving Amanda and Lockheed behind to guard Candy. The Cerebro leads the X-Men into the subway where a ticket taker has apparently been attacked as well. They move deeper and deeper into a series of catacombs between subway tunnels and sewers until they're suddenly ambushed by a group of ragged-looking men. As they fight, a group of mutants watch from the shadows. A lithe, dark-haired woman with an eye patch and a nose ring called Cal, a big, ape-like bald man named Sunder, a crooked, hideous creature in a hood named Mask, and a stocky, short old woman named Plague. Kitty sneaks up behind the group in time to hear them discuss luring the X-Men into a trap when Cal catches her scent and sends her group to attack. Sprite phases just in time for Plague's hand to go through her and escapes, but she feels a tingle, and Cal seems satisfied that, even phased, Kitty's dead.
Oh, also, we find out Kitty also hates the term sprite.
I know, she's going by Sprite again, not Ariel, but
Yeah.
she doesn't like it.
She's
Why
like,
are we doing this?
It's gotta be just that Chris Claremont couldn't think of the right name. Like, it fits her being a child.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Just being always wanting change.
Right. And not settling on something. Like, I think that's cool in a way. But I have a feeling that's just to cover up Chris Claremont and not knowing what to call this character.
Yeah. As the X-Men wrap up their fight, they notice that the sewer people took their unconscious with them, and Storm surmises that this must have been a test. But now they're in the sewer with no one to question, no telepathic or radio contact with the surface, and on top of that, Kitty is missing. I love that the telepathic contact kind of works like a cell phone in the subway. Like, the further underground you get, the worse the reception is. Storm makes the hard decision to press on, as following Angel is their only lead, and her cold calculation doesn't escape the notice of Kurt and Peter. Descending further, they find a massive, well-maintained tunnel over 1,000 feet below the city and are suddenly caught in an array of spotlights. Adjusting to the light, they see a lavish train car pull into the center of the tunnel. On it is the eye patch woman from earlier, in one hand a switchblade, and the other the hair of Warren Worthington.
Wait, what?
He's in a diaper, his wings impaled above him on a large cushioned headboard, ropes holding his arms up by the wrist. He looks like he's being crucified.
Yeah. Which is a very interesting image to hold in our heads of Warren in the more... well, we're about to find out the name of them. Warren in these specific tunnels, in that pose, is something we should just like hold in our heads.
Yeah. The woman's name is Callisto, Cal for short. And she's leader of the Morlocks, a group of subterranean mutants named after the monsters in H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, of course.
Yeah. Chris Claremont, everybody is so well read, and everybody's names are always lit like Caliban,
illusions.
Yeah, Caliban, Ariel and Sprite, both, right?
Yeah, are both Shakespeare references.
They called those things in Limbo the stepping discs. They're like, right. Oh, it's like Larry Niven, his stepping discs. And now the Morlocks, which are when in the Time Machine, the character goes far, far into the future, humanity has turned into these like underground spider monsters.
Yeah. Wait, so I would say much like Sauron. In my childhood, if you said to me Morlocks, I would say, oh, the X-Men characters?
Yeah. Well, I was also thinking when I was listing out all the times Claremont has done this, I was thinking Sauron, but that was actually Roy Thomas, right?
I forget who he was pre-Claremont, but I forget exactly who created Sauron.
I think it was Roy Thomas and Neil Adams, right?
That makes sense. It sounds very Roy Thomas and Neil Adams.
Yeah.
Callisto kidnapped Angel because he's the most beautiful man in the world, and she means to marry him.
What the fuck is... I can't understand what, like, her... All right, anyway.
It is well established that women find Angel to be very attractive, right? That Warren Worthington just has a good body. He's extremely rich. I don't think the Morlocks care about that part, but he's got a nice face and beautiful blonde hair.
Right, but we're going to find out that Callisto is really like, she's really fixated on protecting this one group of outsiders and rejecting the top world, like the top side world. And like, what the fuck part of her ethics is, and I'll kidnap a man and bring him down to marry me. Like, that seems like so far from anything else we will ever learn about Callisto in the future of X-Men.
It seems to me like she's taking a trophy, right? She's just like, all right, I've done a lot of good down here. It's time for me to get something good for myself.
I guess.
I'll go marry the most beautiful man in the world. Callisto pops her switchblade and begins to cut away Warren's pin feathers, meaning to clip his wings and keep him from flying away. So the X-Men rush at her, met by an army of Morlocks. Storm takes to the sky, but is knocked down by Callisto's slingshot, while Colossus and Nightcrawler are quickly just overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Elsewhere in the sewers, Sprite stumbles out of a wall feeling ill and collapses face down in the sewer water. Ugh. But
Yuck.
luckily for her, a figure in familiarly garish garb rushes to her aid. It's Caliban. Remember him?
Remember him?
He means to save her and, in doing so, make her fall in love with him.
Ugh.
It's very... This is from Kitty Pryde's Natalie Portman era where every man was just like, she must be mine. She'll love me.
This was, and if listeners don't remember, this was like when her and Storm and Dazzler and who was it? Stevie Hunter or something? No, it was Spider-Woman. All team, like they were all at a concert. Well, they were at a Dazzler concert, and then this guy came in and he was like, I want friends, and you guys are mutants, and I can sense your mutants because I have a mutant sensing power. And he attacked them, and he tried to... And I guess he fell in love with Kitty. He tried to kidnap her and marry her, right?
Exactly, yeah. He kidnapped her and was like, but you should love me because we're exactly right for each other.
This is such a cool writerly trick that Chris Claremont pulled, though. Like, at the time, it was like, who the fuck is... What was this story? But then he planted just this character that could do specifically this whenever he wanted.
Yeah.
Right? Like, anytime he could at any point have Kitty die in the streets and Caliban shows up.
Rescued by this character that he just left off to the side for a few issues.
Just like
for a year.
Like a Chekhov's gun.
Yeah. Kitty wakes up later in a bed dressed in a nightgown.
Ugh.
She's sick
she
as
even
hell.
Uses the words, oh, my mom must have put me here. She must have undressed me. Like, uses those specific words. It's like, okay, you didn't have to remind us this, Chris.
She's sick as hell and can't even... she's sick as hell and can't even stand on her own. As she falls, Caliban catches her. He knows that this is the work of Plague, and he knows that Plague is the only one who can save her from death. To be continued.
Kitty's gonna die.
Seems like it, yeah. Unless Plague remits.
If I know Plague, Plague wouldn't do that.
One note from me. In the interlude, when Emma Frost returns to the Hellfire Club and collapses, they say she's gone into catatonic schizophrenia, which is a term that doctors have disavowed entirely.
Yeah, I mean, the words that they use to describe various mental afflictions are always uncomfortable. Like how often they tell us that characters have, quote, autism.
Yeah.
Is always really uncomfortable.
It's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
And that's it. Aside from Kurt dancing around fully nude.
Yeah, what would you call a naked Kurt Wagner?
Well, I say this because we haven't said it yet. Nudecrawler.
All right, Pat, I'm going to tell you about Uncanny X-Men number 170, Dancing in the Dark.
Ooh, who wrote it?
Chris Claremont.
Who penciled it?
Paul Smith.
Don't make me do the whole thing.
Bob Wycheck inked it. R. Beckton and Jay Casey were the colorist. Tom Orzakowski was the letterer. Louise Jones was the editor. And Slim Scooter was the editor-in-chief. Release date, March 8th, 1983. Cover date, June 1983. Reindeer Falls, Alaska.
Whoa.
Scott Summers is dancing. To be continued. Now, Scott Summers is dancing his little butt off on his first date with Madeline Pryor, the employee of his grandfather, who looks identical to Jean Grey.
You know.
Yeah, her. After a few weeks of getting to know each other while flying cargo all over the state. when it comes time to flip over the cassette tape,
we've officially gone from vinyl to cassette tape.
we've reached it. We've reached the era, folks. Also, why they're like outside? Are they like outside, or are they in a big room with like glass walls?
They are in we don't actually mention this in the recap, but Madeline saved the owner of this very fancy hotel
Right.
from a fiery plane crash. So,
but
they can stay
like
in this huge. It's like a penthouse with 20-foot ceilings that's just entirely covered in glass in Reindeer Falls, Alaska.
Okay, I thought they were outside, and I just kept thinking, guys, it's cold out. You're in Alaska. Get inside, you kids.
It's one of the luxury high rises of Reindeer Falls, Alaska.
When she goes to flip over the cassette tape, Madeline is pretty forward about getting down to business.
She sure is.
But Scott recoils when he sees her in front of the fireplace, outlined in flame like a phoenix.
Ooh.
Remember Jean Grey was also pretty forward about getting down to business with Scott?
She also lit up like a phoenix.
And lit up like a phoenix. That's true. I didn't think about that part. Madeline asks him what's up, and he pulls out a picture of Jean and finally reveals to her that she looks exactly like his dead fiancée.
Matt.
Yeah.
It's the exact same picture from Xavier's office. It is the glamour shot of her. She definitely went to the mall, got some glamour shots done, and gave out copies to all her closest friends.
Oh man, it's her with her like hair flowing behind her. It's really good. Also, man, I am proud of Scott for this.
Yeah.
I would think he would have hid this for 30 issues. And then when it finally came out, it would be like a huge like betrayal. But now he tells her like right up front. And they both like they take about 3 minutes to think it over if it's a good idea for them to date, but then decide to pursue it. And there's a cool line here where she says, do you want to do this because of who I am or because of who I look like? And again, proud of Scott Summers, he says, I don't know. But I want to find out. And I think that is cool that he's being honest. And also, that's kind of that's an interesting way to think about what dating is.
Yeah, sure.
Right? On your first couple of dates, you're kind of like, it's kind of, that's the question. Do I like this person or do I like what they look like?
Yeah. That's what you're digging to find out.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. Meanwhile, thousands of feet below Manhattan, dozens of Morlocks guard a restrained Kurt, Peter, and Ororo, while Callisto stands on stage preparing to marry an unconscious and bondaged Warren Worthington. It's so funny. He's had no lines of dialogue.
He's just silent and limp and wearing an S&M outfit.
The team realizes that their restraints are just regular old ropes. They bust out easily and start kicking Morlock ass. Nightcrawler teleports Callisto several times to stun her and holds her hostage in exchange for safe passage to the surface with Warren. But in the commotion, Plague merely touches Storm, immediately rendering her too sick and feverish to stand.
No.
Wait, Pat, didn't you say something like that in the intro?
Yeah, I was making a cheeky reference to this moment.
Wow, you're really smart.
Pretty good.
She threatens to hit Ororo again and kill her, offering Storm's life for Callisto's, and Kurt and Peter stand down.
They're not killers.
Meanwhile, in a haunting interlude, we find Mystique running for her life from hounds in the year 1783.
What?
They say it's 170 years before she was born. So, according to the narrator, Mystique was born in 1980 or 1953.
1953, I guess.
That
I mean, that
let's
tracks.
keep that. Let's keep that in mind too.
Okay.
Mystique was born in 1953. Let's all remember that. Let's remember that for another 200 episodes. She trips and breaks her ankle, but a handsome man named Jason Weingard,
What?
calls the hounds off before they tear her apart. The honor of killing Mystique belongs to his hunting companion, Jean Grey, who takes a knife and slits her throat, waking Mystique from the dream.
Oh.
She ponders about it over coffee with Destiny when they find that Rogue has taken all of her things and left.
They have like a little mansion for their evil mutants club.
Well, there's an interesting thing here too, because when Mystique gets up out of bed, her ankle is hurt, as if what happened in the dream had some effect on her real body.
Yeah.
Oh, they also reference here how Rogue was a Dazzler villain for a little while. That's something that we missed, and like that's something we're not going to cover in the podcast. We're not going to read all of Dazzler.
Yeah, sorry, folks.
Rogue was a Dazzler villain for a little while, and a kind of like a cruel one. Like it would be surprised if you were reading Dazzler, it would be surprising to see Rogue do what she's about to do in this episode here. So now,
Jason, get to work. I'm just kidding. You don't have to read Dazzler.
No, I've read it. There's not enough. There's not enough context there that makes it worth it. Back underground, Callisto is once again mocking the X-Men as she prepares to marry a still unconscious Warren when Caliban shows up with an unconscious kitty in his arms, like kitty pride, not just like a kitty.
Yes. Yeah.
He's begging Callisto to save his love. At this site, the X-Men again just burst out of their restraints. Like
they were like, we've got stronger restraints this time. You're facing a metal man.
Yeah, they just like instantly, as if they knew the entire time. Like, yeah, we could have broken out whenever. This meant nothing to us, you guys.
Kurt can teleport. What do you expect the ropes to do?
So the X-Men burst out of their restraints and demand that they be allowed to leave and take Kitty to a hospital. But Callisto says no, which, as Caliban explains, is the final word among the Morlocks. The only way to challenge it now is to oust her as the leader of the Morlocks through trial by combat. If that's what it takes to save Kitty, says Kurt. So be it. But when Callisto explains that it will be a duel to the death, Storm pulls rank as leader and challenges her, ignoring Kurt and Peter's objections, given her feverish state.
Oh, it's such a cool panel. Her just being like, I don't care that I'm sick. I'm going to do this. Just a close up on her face.
Yeah.
Red and yellow.
Ororo and Callisto stand facing each other like a high noon duel, 10 feet apart. Callisto explains that Storm can't use her powers as she tosses a knife over to her, which is unfair because Callisto's powers are all like physical.
Yeah.
But so Callisto gets to use her powers. Whatever. Storm catches the blade midair and in the time of a single panel flips into a combat position, stunning everyone. She's ready.
She sure is. Pretty incredible panel of Callisto's face after she, like, it's a very good panel of her doing like some fancy work with the switchblade, but then it goes to Callisto's face and she is
she's like, fuck.
Discouraged. Yeah.
Fuck. Fuck. Shit. I didn't
I thought she was all lightning.
The following page shows the two beginning the duel and feeling each other out, showing us that Callisto may actually have the upper hand here. Storm's a little sloppy and hasn't been in a knife fight for a long time. How many times have you been in this situation, Pat? Somebody challenges you in a knife fight? I wish people would just stop challenging me to knife fights when they know I haven't done it in a long time.
I had such a good record.
But Callisto's confidence betrays her when Storm's able to wrap her knife arm up with her cape. The next page is completely wordless when, across 6 panels, we see Storm raise Callisto's wrapped arm up in the air, then plunge a knife into her heart and walk away as Callisto collapses. She silently walks up to the stage, takes Warren down off his cross, and invites any Morlock that wants to join them at Xavier's mansion. They don't want to leave their underground home, but hope that they can all be friends moving forward. Everyone agrees, but we learn that Callisto survived thanks to the group's healer. Pat, I can't wait for you to meet this healer eventually, by the way.
It sounds intriguing.
And may not feel the same once she's conscious. On the way out, Ororo makes it clear to Kurt that she knew what had to be done and was willing to kill Callisto to get there. Her face is cold and angry in a way we haven't seen before.
Yo, this, I think it's like
Yeah.
5 or 6 pages between the Storm getting angry, the duel starting, the duel taking place, Storm winning, and then taking Angel down out of his restraints.
Right.
Are, in my opinion, rocketing Paul Smith up the charts of great X-Men artists. Like,
yeah,
he's been really good. I thought, and I know we have some listeners that are huge fans, and I can see why, but
right.
This sequence is mind-blowing. And the fact that Chris Claremont shuts up and lets him speak with his pencil is really the right choice. It's just like mind-blowing good work, conveying emotion, conveying the rage and like the tension of the situation. It's really, really impressive stuff.
Right. So we cut back to Alaska at dawn, where Scott and Madeline definitely just had sex.
Definitely. She
tries to remove his sunglasses and he freaks out. He hits her, actually, before deciding to reveal his secret. He flips a quarter into the air and shoots a hole through it to reveal his mutant power to her.
He's so solemn about it. He's like, I have a secret that I think I'm comfortable revealing to you. Pwing!
She, much to his surprise, accepts him for who he is.
And then they definitely have sex again.
They definitely do it again, 100%. Man, so much sex in these issues.
Yeah, well, they're adults now, Matt.
Yeah, everybody has sex when they're adults.
You can't keep them as babies forever.
Mm-mm. Wow, yeah. Storm is leader of the Morlocks now.
The Morlocks and the X-Men.
What is she gonna next? She's gonna lead the Brotherhood? And then what's she gonna do? Lead the FBI?
She sure could use some leaders down in Washington.
That's what I always say. And so don't steal my line.
Sorry. I saw you going for it. I had to get there first.
Yeah. So good issue.
Really impressive stuff here. Yeah, very good issue. Good issue.
Good issue. Good issue.
Should we move on to another good issue, Matt?
I'd like to read another good issue. If you would like to tell me about it.
I would like to tell you about Uncanny X-Men number 171.
Okay, do it.
Rogue.
You won't. Coward.
A Stan Lee presentation starring the Uncanny X-Men, brought to you by Chris Claremont, scripter, Walt Simonson, guest penciler.
Whoa, Walt Simonson. Oh, man, love this guy. We're going to learn a lot more about him in the future. But for right now, let's just say, good art.
And future husband of Louise Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky guy.
Love is in the air.
Bob Wyacek, finisher, Tom Warzakowski, letterer, Glynis Ween, colorist, Louise Jones, editor, Jim Dupid, editor-in-chief. I'm really struggling.
This is not your best work today, but look, it's okay. I've been sick.
Release date... Release date March 8th, 1983. Cover date June 1983. Storm, looking fierce as hell, commands the Morlocks. As their new leader, she demands they leave the surface dwellers alone and walks off stage. Callisto vows to win her leadership back and take Storm's life in the process, but Storm doesn't give one shit. Nightcrawler watches and worries that Storm has changed, maybe for the worse.
Yeah.
In Anchorage, Alaska, Maddie Pryor wakes up screaming. As Scott Summers runs in to comfort her, she tells him about her nightmare. It's an image of her past. A few years ago, she was in a terrible plane crash where everyone on board died except for her.
Jesus Christ!
Fiery deaths, too. It was the day that Jean Grey died.
Huh.
In Beverly, Massachusetts, Carol Danvers visits her parents.
Oh, okay.
They note that she's different, and she denies it, but inside she feels as if her life as Carol is over. She's still singing this damn song.
She does this more than Ororo reminds people that she was buried next to her dying parents or whatever.
Which she's already done in this episode. We skipped over it. Since Rogue took Carol's powers and her memories, she's had most of her memories restored by Charles Xavier, but very few of the feelings associated with them. Now she wants to leave it all behind as binary.
Okay.
In the X-Mansion, Kitty tears apart her room looking for a set of floppy disks. She blames the New Mutants, or X-Babies as she keeps calling them, for taking them until her roommate Ileana Rasputin notices them under her keyboard.
Kitty!
Below, Professor X continues to work at restoring the strength in his legs with his girlfriend Lilandra. Xavier's new clone body still won't let him use his new legs without extreme pain, and Lilandra worries that it's more physical than psychological. Interesting.
That is interesting.
In the kitchen, Peter Rasputin ponders a cookbook, trying to learn to cook quiche Lorraine until Xavier tells him there's someone at the door. He's an artist. The woman standing there causes him to shift instantly to Colossus form as Rogue collapses to the ground in front of him.
So fucking cool, man.
Oh my God. Him answering the door is another just like unbelievable panel.
Yeah.
He looks so big and Rogue looks so small. And
we last see him as Peter. And then you turn the page and there he is, Colossus.
10 feet tall and
Yeah. And Rogue just looks, and Rogue's like gripping, she's like got her arms crossed across her chest and like is gripping her own shoulder. Like she wants to be anywhere but where she is. She is so uncomfortable.
She's not here to fight. She needs help.
Yeah.
Everyone gathers in the morning room to question Rogue. A morning room.
It looks like a morning room, right? Like that's what I decided that was. It was like, it looked like a morning room. Didn't it look like a morning room?
Where's this morning room been all this time? Everyone gathers in the morning room to question Rogue, who's shaking like a leaf. Xavier can't read her mind because of the Carol Danvers situation. And that's why Rogue is here. She never meant to take so much from Carol, and now her mind can't take it. It's driving her crazy, and her powers are going out of control. She's losing track of her own personality, and her adoptive mother, Mystique, won't take it seriously. The X-Men are, of course, mad suspicious of her, but Professor X tells them there's no reason to be and sends them out of the room while he conducts a closer examination. To work off some of their anxiety, the X-Men decide to go for a danger room sesh.
Yeah. Now, go ahead.
I'm on the X-Men side here.
She's done nothing redeeming thus far, and
the X-Men are just saying, like, hey, can you please hear us out about this? You haven't fought her. We have. And he's like, no.
And like last time we saw her, she was still evil. And all she's saying now is, hey, the evil thing I did, there's been consequences to it. I don't like them.
Yes, exactly.
And
we know Xavier can't read her mind. He's upfront about it, so he doesn't know if she's got some sort of...
They pull this so often, though. Like, oh, a new person is coming to join the X-Men, and they're kind of suspicious. And what? For some reason, Xavier can't read their mind. They already did this with Ileana. Like, Ileana came back from limbo, and wait, now I can't read your mind. Like, it becomes a bit of a crutch. But granted, all right, we all know with Rogue, he's right.
Yeah.
Ultimately, there's no point in hiding that.
Sorry to spoil it.
Everybody knows who Rogue grows up into. But it's still like it is a bizarre moment that he is so adamant about this so fast. Also, I want to say we kind of skipped over it last issue. There is a person who manipulated that we don't know yet, who manipulated Rogue into coming. She's sitting on the bus, and the narrator is like the person who planted this idea in her head is also behind her. She can't hear him, but he's laughing.
I did not catch that. You're right. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I just like it's very subtle, I guess. Or
so like something happened to Mystique that involved Jason Weingard. Something happened to Emma Frost where she had some sort of psychic attack occur.
Yeah.
Something.
Oh, I'm starting to put some pieces together.
Inspired Rogue to come to the X-Men.
Well, I am in utter suspense at this point.
Good. I like you there.
Kitty, in the booth with Ileana, asks what session she's setting up, and Ileana tells her it'll be a surprise. I love that Ileana's been running the Danger Room booth, by the way. She just knows it up and down.
Yeah.
At that moment, the Danger Room transforms into limbo with Belasco, Sim, and evil Nightcrawler gazing at the X-Men from their throne.
Yeah, and like the dead Colossus is on the wall and dead Wolverine skeletons. Why would she do this, Pat?
I don't know. She goes into a panic, and as Kitty shuts the sequence off, summons a sword from mid-air, lashing out at her.
She just summons a sword.
Not just a sword, Matt. Even though Kitty was phasing, the sword manages to gouge a cut into her cheek. So Kitty dives underneath Ileana and disarms her, the sword disappearing into thin air. What? Ileana comes to, crying and confused, traumatized by her memories of Limbo. They all come rushing back to her.
Does any of this make sense to you, Pat?
No.
Yeah. What is happening?
I tried to think of some connection, even knowing some of the details that come to be about,
who Ileana will become.
Right. But
right.
I do not understand how this is connecting or why she just went into this rage.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Later, Storm is having a rough one dealing with all the chaos lately and finds herself losing control of her own weather powers when Xavier summons her to his study. Soon, the X-Men all gather and Xavier announces that Rogue will be admitted to the school and as a probationary member of the X-Men.
What?
Storm begins to argue, but it's cut short as Carol Danvers, as Binary, walks in and suddenly Rogue goes crashing through the roof.
Oops.
She just loves punching holes in places.
Yeah. There was no worse time for Carol Danvers to walk in the door.
There was.
In the history of the X-Men, there has never been a worse time for Carol Danvers to be like, hey guys, I just showed up to, I was thinking of joining you like you guys asked me about all those months ago.
What? And also, the last time she punched somebody through a wall in the presence of the X-Men, she sent all the X-Men tumbling out into space.
Almost all of them died, yeah.
Yeah. She still doesn't hesitate to do it again.
Wasn't that was Paul Smith too, wasn't it?
Oh, you're right. That was a Paul Smith guest pencil.
Yeah.
Love it. Recovering from the massive punch she took, Rogue spins about in the upper atmosphere and dives back toward Earth where Binary is waiting. She clocks her again, sending her soaring into a tree. Colossus decides that it's enough and bear hugs her, demanding she stop fighting. Rogue is under the X-Men's protection now.
Jeez, Colossus just immediately going like, nope, she's ours. She's our pal.
At least she's family now.
I guess they tell me. I don't know.
Carol is flummoxed. How could they possibly do this? And it seems Storm and Nightcrawler agree. If Rogue stays, they go. But Professor X does his Xavier thing and begins a lecture. It was Ororo who stood by Wolverine when Warren wanted him gone. He had a potential for good, and to deny him based on his past actions would be an insult to the X-Men's purpose. Does not the same apply to Rogue? No! Wolverine didn't attack the X-Men.
Wait, hold on. Yes, he did. Like several times he tried to kill Kurt Wagner.
Yeah, but after he joined the team.
But for fun, not.
Kitty, Peter, and Kurt all relent, but Carol cannot forgive what's been done to her.
Yeah.
With some harsh words, she rockets off into the sky. They turn to Storm, awaiting her decision, but she's undecided. Storm stands at a crossroads. Return to being Ororo, kind and gentle and caring? Or fully accept this new person she's becoming, the cold, ruthless Storm? To be continued. Whew.
Damn, dude.
This is another good one.
Really?
Not even that much like action to it. It's just drama. It's just dramatic and fun.
Really cool to see Rogue, though. Like, obviously, this is opening a gateway into Rogue becoming a character that we just know we're gonna fall in love with, right?
Yeah,
and it's just, I don't know. I'm just so happy that she's here. Like, it's. Yeah, I know this is such an inauspicious beginning, but man, don't you just feel good to have Rogue here?
It is. It finally, like, it's one of the many loose ends getting knotted off here.
Right, where you've been like, I know at some point.
Yeah, please get to it. Also, here's a note. We have noted since her first appearance that she looks like 1980s 40-year-old boss bitch, right? She is
right.
She wields a power suit and a short haircut and intimidates everybody.
Yeah.
But that hasn't really changed here. Yet they refer to her as a child through the entire thing. So
yeah, she still looks like she's 40 years old, yeah.
Now we know that she's young. But
we do, and like we don't even know, like there's some like Marvel No Prize explanation, I think, for why she has the white streak in her hair. But we don't know that there's any reason for that. We just think she's like a woman old enough to have a white streak in her hair.
Right.
Why wouldn't we? I'm excited to have Rogue here. And also, I do think Paul Smith does a good job of making her physicality make her look younger. Even if her figure and her face and her hair and her costume don't look young.
She's spry.
And she's just like, he has her like constantly gripping her own shoulders and like shrinking in front of the adults that she's nearby. Like she's uncomfortable.
Yeah, sure.
All right, man. Do you want me to just kind of go ahead and I'm going to go a little crazy.
Yeah, you know what? Just go with it. Just do what you feel.
I'm going to tell you about X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, actually.
All right.
Number 172. It's called Scarlet in Glory.
Ooh.
Chris Claremont writer, Paul Smith penciler, Bob Wyacek inkster, Glynis Ween colorist, Tom Orzechowski letterer, Louise Jones editor, and Grimfluter editor-in-chief. Release date, May 10th, 1980. He's playing taps. Release date, May 10th, 1983. Cover date, August 1983. The X-Men have gone to Japan!
Hey!
It's finally time for Wolverine's wedding, and the gang, including Lockheed the Dragon, is amped. But one of the X-Men is a little timid about coming in, probably because she wasn't invited. Rogue!
Yeah, he's okay. there's a lot that's going to hinge on Rogue coming in and everybody being like, hey, you shouldn't be here. Or Logan, his first reaction being, you shouldn't be here. Please, this is my wedding. She wasn't invited to this wedding. Why did they bring her?
She shouldn't be here. Right, exactly. Like, Professor X is like, you should all know I've admitted her to the school. And she's to be the newest X-Men, and I also have invited her to somebody else's wedding. The X-Men just show up in Japan and they're like, hey, we brought a dragon and a villain. Welcome us.
Like, I brought my dog and your ex-girlfriend to your wedding. I hope you don't mind.
Or even better yet, like, I brought that girl who beat up your ex-girlfriend when, like, oh my God. Logan would normally cut her heart out, but Ororo explains that she's an X-Man now. It's so funny. It's such a funny, like, Storm's response to this, and it was the same as her response to Carol Danvers, is like, you can read the sarcasm in it, where she's like, hey,
she's one of us.
She's an X-Man now. Hey, guess what, Carol? That girl is an X-Man now. So you can't, like, man, so good. Mariko insists that as a guest, they treat Rogue with courtesy and respect. All of this is watched from a rooftop across the way by the Silver Samurai.
Oh, no.
Remember him from New Mutants?
From New Mutants. If you're exclusively an X-Men guy, you're not getting this.
Yeah, you're like, who's this friggin' loser? He's ready to ambush the unsuspecting team, but he is being watched from another rooftop across the way by Yukio, who is being watched from another rooftop. Remember this happened in the Defenders?
They've almost got the whole intersection covered.
Sorry, not Defenders, Champions. Remember when this happened in the Champions? Where it was somebody was spying, somebody was spying on somebody who was spying on somebody, and I think there might have been another layer.
I'm pretty sure Stiltman was involved there.
They caught a kid in their headquarters, and they were like, what are you doing here? And the kid's like, please save my brother. And we never saw them again. Oh, man. Anyway.
Right. And they also had someone hiding in their apartment. Like an assassin hiding in their apartment. And someone's spying on that assassin. Okay. It's coming back.
All right. Yukio ends this horrible cycle by jumping in and kicking Silver Samurai in the back of his fucking head, apparently forgetting that he's heavily armored. Wolverine hears the commotion, but Pat, if you got kicked in the head while wearing a helmet, you'd still be like, that sucks!
Not if I was, like, wearing a helmet that connected to the rest of the armor on my body. He's got a steel frame around him.
Wolverine hears the commotion from his penthouse, though, and has Kurt teleport him to the rooftop with all the action. Logan jumps into the fight, and Harada teleports out of there like a coward.
Like a coward.
Let's be clear, Harada is the name of Silver Samurai, in case.
Yes.
That there's a lot of names that you've had to pick up. A lot of Japanese names you've had to pick up in the last few episodes.
And we're mispronouncing most of them.
Yeah. Yukio slips off a rooftop.
A different rooftop.
There's a lot of
rooftop.
You know, there's so many roofs in Japan. Slips off a rooftop in her getaway, but is rescued from falling by Ororo. They have a brief chat, and by the time they part, Storm is intrigued by Yukio's carefree, adrenaline-seeking approach to life. This is such a consequential meeting for Ororo, even though it seems so small.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 panels.
Mm-hmm. Back at the penthouse, Logan explains that Harada is Mariko's half-brother and is likely here with his partner in crime, Mistress Viper. Remember her from
I do. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I have to jump back just 1 second because there's the funniest fucking line of dialogue when Wolverine overhears the fight. He says, "Do you guys hear that? A fighting kick." Pat, it's a fighting kick. Back at the penthouse, Logan explains that Harada is Mariko's half-brother and is likely here with a mistress Viper to kill Mariko and claim the Yoshida clan throne. Meanwhile, Mariko secretly leaves the estate after receiving a summons from Harada demanding she come alone. She tells no one but her servant, Tony. Tony sees her out and is immediately punched in the face by Viper, who drags her unconscious body out into the kitchen.
Well, so long, Toady.
Bye, Tony. My favorite character. The X-Men are relaxing and drinking the tea served by the mysterious new servant, and Logan and Ororo both note that the other has changed. They start talking through Logan's recent transformation when he notices a funky aftertaste to the tea, and he knocks Ororo's still full cup out of her hand. Poison!
Oh, no.
On the street below, Mariko enters the car that's been called for her, but it's actually being driven by Yukio. Man, they don't have enough faith in the reader that the reader will recognize that that's Yukio. So
right.
Claremont gives her a catchphrase, which made sense when she said it in context in the Wolverine miniseries, but now she just says it sometimes. She says, "Gotcha.
Gotcha."
Gotcha.
Or yeah. I gotcha.
Gotcha. I hate it. She shouldn't have a catchphrase. It sucks.
And if she does, it shouldn't be gotcha.
Gotcha. Anchorage International Airport, Alaska. Alex Summers catches his brother Scott rifling through a filing cabinet. The filing cabinet that says L through S or some shit like that. Trying to dig up a file on Madeline. Alex is worried he's going mad. It's just a woman that looks like Jean. But Scott explains that she was the only survivor of a fiery plane crash at the exact moment of Jean's death.
Time out.
Oh, okay.
They were in another galaxy when Jean died. How do they know the exact moment in Earth time that happened?
They're wearing to watch. They wear to watch.
They do have those communicator watches.
They wear to watch.
That was just still tracking Earth time at the time.
Yeah, and Cyclops is Cyclops, so the moment his girlfriend died, he probably looked down at his watch and was like, okay.
Clock the time.
Okay. Back to Japan, where Mariko arrives at her meeting with Harada, Viper, and a neutral party to mediate Nabatone Yokuse, the leader of the Yakuza.
Ooh.
Mariko opens by aggressively explaining, this doesn't sound like Mariko, aggressively explaining that she will never give up her title as the head of the Yoshida clan, angering Harada to the point of drawing his sword. Mariko tosses aside her robe and wig and reveals that she's actually Yukio in disguise.
Whoa.
With a few knife tosses, the battle begins between Yukio and Silver Samurai as Viper runs outside to see if Mariko is still in the car. There's suddenly a mysterious fog outside, though, and as Viper opens the car door, a strong gust of wind bursts out of the car and knocks Viper unconscious.
Hell yes.
Storm emerges, noting that her gust of wind was actually much stronger than intended, and Viper is lucky to still be alive. She sees Yukio in combat with Silver Sam and sends a lightning bolt at him, setting off chaos as the Yakuza leader explains that this is all part of the plan. Storm's lightning is out of control, and she pulls her lightning bolts back into herself to fully avoid electrocuting him to death. Stray lightning bolts start flying around the room as Ororo screams in agony. A few stray bolts hit a crate of, quote, tons of explosives nearby. They keep doing this.
This keeps happening to Silver Samurai.
Silver Samurai, stop going near warehouses full of explosives. As Yukio notices that Storm's caught in a psychic circuit with her lightning bolts and dives towards her with a blanket to interrupt it.
Okay.
Yeah, you remember how like Wolverine's claws interrupted Psychic before?
Yes.
Also a blanket can do it.
Psychic electricity.
Yeah, and a blanket can do that too. There's adamantium in the blanket. As they fly out the window into the river below, the building explodes. They watch the rest of the explosion from the banks of the river as a giant bird-shaped flame shoots up into the sky.
Whoa.
They both see it too. Like Storm is like,
they talk about it.
Fuck, I might be hallucinating because of trauma from Phoenix. And then Yukio's like, yo, did you see that bird? Yukio and Ororo talk about their unique approaches to danger, and Storm mentions that she envies Yukio's ability to enjoy the chaos. As they leave the scene, the Yakuza leader appears to be there too, watching unnoticed from the shadows.
What?
But back at the exploded building, Silver Samurai lives and vows revenge on everyone.
Generally, everybody.
I want revenge on you, all and all of it.
All right, add these 3 to the list.
Cut to the hospital where the rest of the X-Men are in intensive care from the poisoning, but they should live. The Logan's abilities have already healed him, and he's immediately ready to seek out and kill the Viper and Silver Samurai. Mariko insists he needs help, but only one other X-Man is healthy enough to join him. The one that he trusts the least. Ragyu. Rogue.
Oh.
Sorry.
The lady, not the sauce.
Whoa. Probably the weaker of these issues so far. The weakest of the 4, but still pretty fucking good, man.
Yeah. This was fun. A little hard to follow some of the action where, especially when like the warehouse is exploding and figuring out what's happening to Storm as her lightning bolts start absorbing back into her and creating a psychic circuit.
I think, I mean, if you're just like following Paul Smith's art, it's just like Storm lost control of her powers. It's when you start trying to read Claremont's writing that it's like, what the fuck is happening? What? No, it's just her powers went out of control. We can fucking leave it there, you guys.
But still very exciting, and I love the continuation of this Yukio Ororo team up and just having them work together as like a little unit to help save Mariko.
Yeah, that's cool.
One line that I absolutely loved from the beginning of this issue when Rogue comes in, Logan is like, I ought to cut your fucking heart out. And Mariko is like, Logan, this is a guest. And you can kind of see that sort of like sense of acceptance in his face that we've seen before. And he says, figures, any outfit that'll take me as a member will admit anyone. Like, just, this is his like, all right, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Throwing up his hands and being like,
brush away. Yeah.
All
right. Yeah, I guess if they let me in, they're going to let some villains in.
Wow, Patrick.
Is that it today, Matt?
No! Are you friggin' kidding me?
Thank God, because I really wanted to read Uncanny X-Men number 173, To Have and Have Not. Chris Claremont, writer, Paul Smith, penciler, Bob Wyacek, inker, Tom Orzechowski, letterer, Glynis Ween, colorist, Louise Jones, editor, and Dim Cooter, editor-in-chief. Release date, June 7th, 1983. Cover date, September 1983. Tokyo, Japan. 2 men fly sideways through a window out onto the street. Inside, Wolverine demands info from some suit named Akio while holding him by the throat, while Rogue leans casually against the bar and plays good cop.
It's cool already. I'm like, I love these two.
Straight away. What a team up. Asai comes from behind Rogue, but only bends when it tries to stab her, and the body attached to that weapon goes flying as well. Akio talks, and Logan and Rogue get ready to confront Nabatone, the head of the Yakuza. Meanwhile, a ruffled Yukio and Storm sporting half-burnt hair from the explosion look for help, only to find that the Yakuza has put a death mark on both of them. No one will offer them shelter or sanctuary. As a gang of street toughs approach them, Ororo again notes that Yukio's willingness to jump into a fight is admirable, if crazy as hell. After taking the gang of dorks down, she even notes that Yukio's madness seems to be infecting her, and she likes it.
She says this crazy thing. Did you pick up on it? She says,
yes.
I have never used my powers to intentionally inflict pain.
Oh, yeah. I think.
What the fuck?
I think she means, like, I haven't used my powers to be overtly cruel to somebody like I did to these men attacking us.
Okay, because she definitely caused...
Because she has
inflicted many pain on many people. Pretty much every issue. Pretty much every issue of the X-Men we've ever read.
Many units of pain. Logan and Rogue easily breach the outer defenses of Nabatone's estate, but when Rogue sloppily sets off an electric eye inside, Wolverine saves her from a powerful energy blast. In a weird moment, Rogue tries to thank Wolverine with a kiss, apparently forgetting that it could cripple him. Logan understandably freaks out, but Rogue swears up and down she didn't mean any harm.
Okay, I think she's making a joke here because he says, don't even joke about that. Right? Like, I think she's like, I think it is very weird.
It's Chris Claremont attempting to write humor.
Yeah, he can't do it. Yeah. I mean, it is very weird. It's like she leans in like she's going to kiss him. Like, what? How would that joke conclude? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's you are right to call it weird. It's very weird.
And also, this is not the appropriate time to joke about that.
Which, hey, that's what Wolverine says.
Well, they continue into Nabatone's office where his corpse sits at a table. The smell indicating that he's been dead at least a week. But how could this be possible if he met with Mariko last night? No time for that now as they realize this must be a trap. The hospital has been left unguarded. A barrage of ninja stars tears through the halls of the hospital, taking out Mariko's Secret Service-style guards. Viper walks in with an army of ninjas, but before they can kill the X-Men in their hospital beds, Rogue flies in and starts taking on the army. Behind her comes Wolverine, calling out Harada, and the two phase off. The next 3 pages are wordless once again as we watch Logan and Silver Samurai duel energy sword on adamantium.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mirror of the battle in the miniseries. It's like, I mean, this whole thing has Paul Smith taking so much inspiration from Frank Miller's art.
Oh, sure.
And this is him giving tribute to that miniseries.
Yeah, and not being lazy about it.
No, not at all. Okay, so about this sequence, I have a couple notes. First of all, shuriken, pinning guys to walls.
Oh, right. Yeah. At this point, we just have to imagine that they have special ones.
They have special ones. But it's very funny that Rogue like tackles these ninjas out of the thing, and as like Viper's gathering herself, just in the background, Rogue is just zipping back and forth, knocking dudes out.
Yeah, she's.
It's like it's a very comedy forward scene, right? Where it's just like she's just like zoom and people are just getting knocked over. It feels like it would be in one of these Deadpool movies. You seen one of these things? One of these Deadpool movies?
A young Ryan Stiles would have made a good Deadpool.
God.
Here's how the fight goes. They slash it. Don't get me started on the Drew Carey Show cast and in their prime, how they would have lined up as X-Men.
Okay.
Let's get serious, Matt, because here's how the fight goes. They slash at each other. Wolverine damages the faceplate of Harada's armor. Harada brings Logan in close and stabs his sword clean through his chest, taking Logan to his knees. Harada attempts to cut Wolverine's head off, but coming at the back of his neck meets only adamantium. Wolverine grabs Harada's wrist before he can pull his sword back, snaps his elbow backwards, and knocks his whole helmet off. He draws his claws back for the killing blow, but Mariko stops him. She wants an end to all the bloodshed. Wolverine objects, but before they
actually,
but before they can argue about it, Viper shows up with a gun. As she fires a blast of energy at Mariko, Rogue rushes in and outruns the blast, shoving Logan and Mariko out of the way and taking the full brunt. She has a really good line here as Viper tells her that she's foolishly sacrificing herself. She says, "Joke's on you, lady. They couldn't care less whether I live or die."
it's so true too. This is like, I think this is the issue where you fall in love with Rogue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where she's like, she's not only is she kind of funny and she's heroic and she's cool, she's also self-aware.
Yes.
Yeah.
She knows how everybody feels about her and is trying to navigate that. She's really like, this is also the first time we see her kind of in her element. Like she seems very comfortable right now.
Right. She's like, I love beating up people.
She's able to stand the blast long enough for Viper's gun to overheat and explode in her hand, but finally collapses from the strain when it's all over. She's dying, but as Viper and Harada retreat, Logan knows how to save her. He gives her a gentle kiss and lets her absorb his healing powers, hoping there will be enough left to heal him too.
I'm so glad they got rid of this Rogue gets her powers by kissing thing.
Yeah, well, she doesn't have any other exposed skin at the time. It really is because, but I think this is a touching moment, and
right.
She knows that the kiss is coming. It's not like she's fully unconscious when it happens, which...
Sure, but what I'm saying is we have only seen her steal powers by kissing up till now.
Yeah, yes.
And
yeah,
I'm so glad that will not be the case forever.
Agreed. But in this moment, both of them are covered with the exception of...
yes,
their lips. Do you understand?
All right, no, I understand, Pat. I understand.
It's okay this time.
All right, let me have this, Matt. Let me have this.
A week later, back on the Yoshida estate, Mariko prepares herself on the eve of her wedding day when a mysterious figure appears in a tailcoat.
A tailcoat, Pat. What does that mean?
A coat with tails on it.
Yeah, but what is a person appearing in overly fancy garb?
Oh, every time. Hellfire Club.
Yeah.
A figure appears in a tailcoat and ominously wishes her and her consort well. She shakes her head and questions why she's talking to herself.
What the fuck?
The next morning, more guests arrive for the wedding. The Summerses plus Lorna Dane and Scott's date, Madeline Pryor.
God. It's so...
Upon seeing her, Lilandra instinctively draws her sword and moves to strike Madeline down, but comes to her senses once Xavier and Colossus restrain her. She almost ruins this wedding. By just chopping the head off of Scott's date.
And this is just step one of what Madeline is about to have to deal with. I think you don't have it here in your recap, but pretty soon Kitty Pryde hands her like a bundle and it's like, hey, can you watch this for the wedding?
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'll watch your little kitty cat, and opens it and it's fucking Lockheed.
And it's a dragon.
And it's a very fucking funny little scene where she closes it. And she's like, Scott? And he's like, oh, yes, honey? And she's like, what the hell have you gotten me into?
Yeah. Who the fuck are these people?
Like, this is a woman who just, like, appears at a wedding. She's like, oh, I'm going to a wedding. And a bird lady tries to kill her. And then a little girl hands her a dragon. Like,
and everybody keeps staring at her.
A couple days ago,
Probably
she was just a pilot.
Just as that commotion settles, though, Storm descends from the sky, clad in black leather. Pants, blouse, gloves, sleeveless vest, and spiked choker. Oh, yeah. And she's got a mohawk.
It rules. Punk Storm. Yes, Punk Storm. Enter Punk Storm. Cool Punk Storm.
Sharp as hell. And still, like, she's got I think, the figure and the natural charisma to pull it off as something you can wear to a wedding.
Yeah, and she's got the double belt, which I tried to pull off in my punk rock youth. I did one bondage belt and one studded belt.
Oh, studded belt. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Because
Pretty cool.
because Storm can do it and Han Solo can do it.
Why can't Matt do it?
Same with the vest. Han Solo can do it. Storm can do it. Why couldn't I wear a vest as a punk rock kid? So I did.
How'd it go?
I don't know. You knew me back then.
You were pretty punk rock, honestly, in high school.
Yeah, thank you.
Everyone is more shocked by Aurora's new look than they were by Lilandra trying to kill Madeline, but no one is as shocked as Aurora when she sees Scott's date.
Fucking Kitty runs away crying. Shut up, dude. Shut the fuck up. This is not traumatizing to see your friend come in a new outfit with a haircut. Shut up. God.
She's reacting like a toddler when its dad shaves his beard.
Right. Yeah. It is not what a kid like. This is the moment I hate Kitty Pryde the most, and I almost never hate. I love Kitty Pryde, but this moment is like
not when she said the N-word.
Fuck, Pat. Fuck you. God, you just canceled me. You just canceled me in front of the whole internet.
Sorry, and we still got to do this podcast together, so it's coming for me as well.
All right, okay, well, maybe I can claw it back. The second most I hated Kitty was the other time she said the N. The third most I hated Kitty was this moment, because it's not even... This isn't even how kids act. You know, like, this isn't even how a 14 or 15 year old or however old she is
yeah,
acts.
Yeah.
Like,
this is baby behavior.
Yes, exactly.
Ex-baby behavior.
Ex-baby. Yeah, maybe she should be part of the ex-babies.
It's time for the wedding to start. Everyone sits in anticipation as Mariko enters, dressed so beautifully, sweet, and announces that there will be no wedding today. The only reason she gives to Logan is that he's simply not worthy.
What the fuck?
The final page takes us out, once again, without a word. Mariko walks out of the room and is joined by a man that we don't see in full, but we can easily recognize the tails of his coat, the cigarette smoke surrounding him, and the sideburns and mustache of a colonial-era Southern dandy. The X-Men awkwardly shuffle out a separate exit in the final panel as we see Logan shed a single tear. The end.
God damn it.
What the fuck, man?
What the fuck?
That was heartbreaking. I really going into this last page was like, okay, how are they going to deal with Wolverine having a wife moving forward? It seemed like it was the done deal, and then Jesus Christ.
Unbelievable. I mean, this guy. I mean, can we just say it? Well, like, it's not a spoiler at this point because we've seen.
Yeah.
This is
the facial hair, the cigarette. This is Jason Wingard.
Jason Weingard, aka Mastermind, and we've seen him fucking. Okay, so of course he attacked Emma Frost. He's mad at Emma Frost.
Yeah.
Why did he attack Mystique and get Rogue to join the X-Men? We don't know what the hell that's about yet.
No idea.
And why is he? And he's breaking this wedding up just because he's mad at the X-Men. It's really Phoenix that did. And yeah, go ahead.
Phoenix is also back. It seems we're getting Dark Phoenix 2 is my prediction.
Oh, if Madeline Pryor is returning with Phoenix all up in her.
We see Madeline Pryor. We see the Phoenix explosion. We see Jean Grey killing Mystique in her More Than a Dream.
I want to.
Jean Grey's coming back as the Dark Phoenix, and they're doing it again.
I want to propose something to you, though.
Oh,
Mastermind can create illusions.
Yeah, I know.
So
that seems too easy.
So
too predictable.
The question is, There's these phoenix-like manifestations happening all over the place. And also there's something else impossible, which is Madeline Pryor herself seems impossible.
Yeah. The moment that Jean Grey died, the Earth moment.
Yeah. Which we knew because Cyclops synchronized his watch that day.
That's right.
So what do you think about... Okay, I got so many questions for you, man.
Okay. Fire away.
What the fuck is Madeline Pryor? Who do you think Madeline Pryor is?
I think she's Dark Phoenix too. I think. No, I truly have no idea. Like she is. There's not a clue in my head except that maybe it is Jean Grey somehow saved from the fate of the Dark Phoenix.
How? Okay. What do you know about what did you know about Madeline Pryor before any of this?
Like nothing.
There was a character named Maddie Pryor.
Yeah, and that she looks exactly like Jean Grey.
Okay. What is Mastermind planning here is my other question. My next question for you.
Dark Phoenix 2.
He's trying to... So he senses that Jean Grey is still alive and that Jean Grey is pretending to be a woman named Madeline Pryor, and he's going to use her to get the Phoenix Force under his control again.
I know it seems like you're trying to pick apart my theory that this is leading us into Dark Phoenix 2.
I'm not trying to pick it apart. I want to know all the... I mean, I'm trying to pick it apart in that I want to know the details.
Yeah. I don't have those details because it feels like what they're doing is really railroading us into a Dark Phoenix 2 storyline.
Okay. Why do this with Rogue and Mystique and Wolverine, though?
To have a new deal. I'm being very cynical about this, but to have just a new cast of characters.
Okay, so you're blaming this more on
to tell a different story.
You're saying this is more a Chris Claremont architecture design rather than a Jason Wingard design.
Yes.
This isn't masterminded by Mastermind. This is masterminded by Chris Claremont, who's like, let's do it again.
At the direction of editorial, because they were, Dark Phoenix was popular. Let's do it again.
All right, here's what I've
done with everything.
Here's what I will say. I'm not going to give you any hints, but you will have your answers in the next episode of this podcast.
Whoa! I got to start reading.
What did you feel? How did you feel about this little arc?
I loved it. I don't think we talked enough about Paul Smith's art, but there is just, we're hitting another like elite level here. I think he took a little time to warm up to the characters, and by this run here, fully understood them. That combined with, we talk a lot about how Chris Claremont's writing doesn't necessarily need a good villain, but we have some good villains here. I think Silver Sam is intriguing enough and I think well-defined enough as a person to just be a fun villain to face off with, or at least him and Serpent together.
Okay.
And obviously the setting of the wedding, what I'm saying is like, we have interesting context and we have interesting characters in addition to the usual Claremont era deep characterization of our beloveds.
So Paul Smith is so good at these like intimate character moments and these like real, like these tight shots on people's sort of feelings, or this group shots that feel like they're all legitimately in a room with each other and all discussing something emotional. Like he's really good at that, but like he's showing through this little arc that he's also fucking kicks ass at action.
Yes. And weird stuff too. He designs every Morlock and they are awful.
And okay, we're gonna have to talk about themes in a second, but like the Punk Storm's design, right, is Paul Smith. He has fucking chops, man. like design chops.
He took a swing.
Okay, so there's some bigger themes here, right? One of which being the Morlocks themselves, which is they're a conversation about passing, right? The
Yeah.
idea that you can be part of like this hated minority or a discriminated against minority, and some people like Cyclops or Storm, they pass. They walk around, and people aren't going to be like, "Hey, you're one of those people that I hate."
Right.
And the Morlocks are they're the ugly mutants, and they're like, we can't be like you. That's why they refuse to come to Xavier's, right? And on top of that, they have one other example. Nightcrawler, who doesn't pass, who refuses to join them.
Yes, they offer him membership. They're like, hey,
you're all fucked up.
You embody every reason that we're down here. And he has a good speech about representation in return. But yeah, he's not going to join them, and he's not going to hide is his whole thing.
I think we'll have a chance to talk about this later because we'll see a lot more Morlocks, but I think that's an interesting little theme. There's another interesting theme here about trauma. I think Madeline Pryor altogether, right, is a way for Chris Claremont to discuss Cyclops' trauma, right? He's traumatized by the loss of Jean, and now not only did he fall in love with Madeline Pryor possibly just because she looked like Jean Grey, he also is like, and I think that might be her, and she might be real, and she might be alive, right? Like,
yes,
it's Claremont just finding this real sci-fi way of digging into the idea of trauma. And what does it mean for Wolverine now that he's gone through this entire growth arc and it's just been shattered?
Yeah, he's not going to come out of that a healthy man.
Yeah.
Here's my final thought. Can you imagine the chatter at that wedding about Scott? They haven't seen him in months. He comes back with a woman that looks identical to Jean. Everyone must have been like, boy, Scott sure has a type, huh?
Have you ever dated two people that had a similar look about them and felt a little bit that way? Or like,
I mean,
you had an ex-girlfriend and then you go date somebody else and you're like, oh, this looks a lot like my ex-girlfriend. And then you're like, are people gonna say something?
I mean, how could they not? She's identical.
Well,
Jean
in this case, it's a wild scenario, but like, I don't know. I've definitely been through that where I've like been on a date with somebody and been like, this looks a lot like one of my exes. And like, I'm still attracted to this person and I can see the differences. But if I go to a party with this woman, people are going to be like, oh, so Matt's just dating her again, huh?
Yes. But Madeline has only seen one picture of Jean. And you see one picture of anybody, even if it's maybe a picture of you and you don't know it, you're going to be like, oh, sure, maybe we have some resemblance. But she notes that everybody at the wedding has been staring at her and kind of agape because she had no idea that she was an identical twin of Jean Grey. People have to be like, is he okay? Like,
yeah. Okay, now I know we have to get to Pat Steals and Deals, but there's a little bit there's a little bit of context I want to give about Angel, just because we've been following him and we haven't been following him into and out of everywhere.
Sure. Warren Commission.
At this time, Angel he's been a supporting character in Dazzler.
Oh, okay.
He's like even though he's dating Candy Southern, clearly he was a love interest of Dazzler's, and she's been trying to find her real mom, and Angel has been like trying to help her out with that. Like, hey, I have some investigation experience. I could help you out here.
Oh my God.
And using this as a example, as like a reason to romance her. And just as he has Candy Southern, and it's never addressed in Dazzler that he's dating Candy Southern, she's also like dating some other guy at this time, and she's torn between that guy and Angel.
I'm sure he and Candy have an agreement.
Dazzler actually at this point, I think her ending with Warren is when she moves out to LA and like they reset her whole story, and I think that's right about this time in her book, if I'm remembering correctly. So he has just left Dazzler,
went crying back to Candy Southern,
off panel, off mic, then immediately gets kidnapped by the Morlocks. Freed, we don't see what happens to him. Like, we don't see the end of. It's like
Are his wings clipped?
Yeah, we don't see him after this. He's just gone. Then, I think this is about when he joins the Defenders. This is, I think, when he, Iceman, and Beast join the Defenders.
Oh, okay.
This year, like 5 months from now, but this year. So that's just some Warren Commission.
Good for him.
I guess we'll see. If he ever pops up again. We're not going to follow him to the Defenders. We already fell for that once. We're not going to do it again.
He's got an eye out, stuff that you could buy out. If you had a time machine that you would like to try out, it's Pat Deals and Steals.
Ooh, folks, Pat Steals and Deals. We got a good one for you today.
Ooh.
Matt.
Pat.
Live Chameleon. Free.
No,
with order for a 6-month supply of chameleon food, which is 200 live mealworms. Hey kids, it's great having your very own live chameleon that will crawl on your shoulders and will change color to match your clothes. We can guarantee live delivery and will include a free booklet on the care and feeding of chameleons. Rush $2.75 plus 25 cents postage handling for a 6-month supply of food and your free chameleon. You also have the option, it says, to order a mated pair of chameleons with a TV terrarium with a cover. This includes free food for only $9.95 plus $1.50 for postage and handling.
Okay, hold on. All right, so you buy 200 live mealworms.
Yes.
For $3, and they'll send you a free chameleon. But if you want a mated pair,
yes,
you send $10
plus $1.50 for postage and handling,
and they'll send you back 2 chameleons and the 200 live mealworms.
It just says free food, so I don't know if it's 200 live mealworms, but some worms, yeah.
Some worms.
Then also a terrarium to keep them in.
Why are they doing this, Pat?
I mean, it sounds pretty rad. What if I had a lizard that just crawled all over me and changed colors?
Why are they doing this?
I don't know, man.
Like, were they making money from this? Like, how much? Where did they get all these? What?
I don't. Was it do chameleon? Hang on.
I found a Reddit thread where a guy bought one and it died like a week later.
Oh no. Yeah. So it looks like chameleons can mate pretty frequently. I don't know what type of chameleon this was, but
it's a live
like
one.
Somebody maybe
a
just
free one
had a bunch around their place mating and started selling.
Maybe this is something that you do. Maybe like you find a crate of some good, and then you're like, all right, I just take out comic book ads until this is all gone.
Yeah.
Whew.
We are, of course, still in 1983, which means that $3 today would come out to about $9.75. So still under $10 in today's money. You're getting 1 free chameleon and 200 live mealworms.
So how much does the mated pair cost?
$10. So it would be just over $30, it seems. Maybe
Wow.
$35 with postage and handling.
Okay, adopting a chameleon today costs about $50.
Ooh, and does that come with
Unless you get
200
one
free mealworms?
No, unless you get one specially bred, and then it's like $300.
Yeah, sure. There are lizard people out there, you know. I don't want to offend anybody with what I was about to say.
All right, man. Well, would you buy this one?
I think I would, and I would be pretty disappointed with it.
He's got an eye out, stuff that you could buy out. If you had a time machine that you would like to try out, it's Pat Deals and Steals.
All right,
Okay.
Pat.
Matt.
Well, this has been a fun evening with you.
This has. And you know what? We're wrapping up earlier than we usually do.
I know.
We're leaving ourselves a little time for sleep in this new year.
That's what we're going in this new year, valuing our rest.
That's right. We're about to go do it. But before we do, would love to
sleep with you all.
Matt, slow down.
Okay, sorry.
But before we are able to rest,
okay,
we do have to see you guys liking, commenting, rating, telling your friends,
sharing on social media.
Matt tries to sleep at night and he can't until he sees that you, if you're hearing this,
in my bed.
Matt,
sorry,
stop! I'm doing a bit here, and you keep making it sexual.
Okay. I want to hear you.
Anyway, do any of those things? Do all of those things? We really appreciate it. And please let Matt get some rest.
I need to sleep. I haven't slept since we started this podcast.
You can follow us on Instagram for occasional updates, plus every episode announcement with some unique custom art. You can join our Discord. We'll put some links in the comments.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can email Pat's Email Corner.
How could I forget that?
Send an email to mutantmenacepod@gmail.com. And we just want to give a quick thank you to Krills Wilson for the music to this episode and Julia Setley for the voice of Trish Tilby. Is there anything else we need to tell these people, Pat?
Well, Matt, just what we say every week at the end of the episode.
That's right, Pat. As we say every episode, only man scents are residual.
That's right, Matt. And remember, poo!